Yes, welcome back to the Bray Ethan Podcast, episode 124. And of course, it is all thanks to our lovely friends at Skinbro, where you can use code BrayEthan20 for 20% off at skinbro.com and get the Essentials kit for $54.99 without a discount code, Ethan. You can, of course, get a bit of a discount there.
You can. Winter's almost here, not officially, but it's starting to cold up. So
all three of us have jumpers on today, which is probably a first for 2024.
Yeah, look after your skin. That's a sign.
Yep,
as well
exactly.
as some hoodies from Cheetah.
Yep,
Sorry to steal
I've got one on.
Yep.
And of course, Hat Locker as well. You can use code BrayEthan20 for 20% off there as well. And we've got some hats here. I think that's a Bombers hat, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and we've got a Lakers hat. And I'll be first to admit, haven't watched an NBA game this season.
Poor. Nah,
which is different for me.
I can't say that. I'm probably on
which
the
is
same
different for
page.
me. And then I've just started, clicking on the playoffs, and I've seen the Pacers are playing the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I can't believe that. And then the Timberwolves are playing in the Western Conference Finals. Well, that's just unheard of if you haven't watched an NBA game for the last 12 months, I would have thought.
It is. Yes, that's correct. Even like Kyrie Irving, I swear, has played for probably 10 teams by
In the last 4 years, yeah.
Well, no one is in finer form in WA footy at the moment than this man alongside me. He's absolutely killing it. Breakout season. Please welcome the hyphen, Corey Tregenza-Cashell. How are you?
How are you guys? Yeah, good, mate.
NBA fan?
Yeah, mate. Warriors.
You seem
fan,
disappointed when I said I haven't watched a game.
Yeah, I was. No, I'm a Warriors fan, so I'm not really enjoying the playoffs. But I'm going for the Timberwolves at the moment. I like Anthony Edwards, but I just don't like the Celtics, really. So I just don't want to see them win.
What was the thought process behind going for the Warriors? I mean, I don't want to assume, but obviously successful run.
Everyone says bandwagon, but I was watching them back in like 2015, and I had a mate that went for the Cavs, and I was just like, nah, I don't want to go for the Cavs. So I just went for the Warriors and sort of just jumped on. And then when we got KD, it was kind of like, yeah, I'm cemented now. It was really nice, and having a little bit of a dynasty. And then 2022 was obviously a good year as well. So
they went through a little bit of a rough patch there as well.
Yeah. Oh, this year, literally.
Well, and this year again, yeah.
Yeah, Klay Thompson's not playing very well, but that's all right.
I reckon I liken the Warriors to like the Hawthorn Football Club in a way,
Very
like
similar.
dynasty during the same time, and now like struggling, but I guess they have shown some positive signs.
Yeah, and they did win a NBA championship a couple of years ago as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, 2022. So that was a good year. I like that one, but other than that, we've been pretty average.
Stick fat.
Well, we were talking about it off air. You're fresh off the state game on the weekend, 21s versus 18s. You said you kicked about 3 points in that last quarter, but you kicked 3 snags yourself and clearly a couple of behinds. So how was the game?
Yeah, it was good. It was pretty different because it felt like going back to Colts level, playing against the 18s and like
smaller bodies.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't really go in expecting like the bigger bodies that they had. They had a few really good key backs that I didn't expect. Like I obviously knew Darcy Peterson from Peel, but yeah, he had a good run on me. And I thought it was good experience to just play alongside some of the best 21s in the WAFL, and see the talent that's coming through the 18s. Like I thoroughly enjoyed playing, and yeah, it was a good opportunity to sort of showcase a little bit of skills in front of some scouts, I think. So yeah, I thought I played pretty well, but yeah, definitely could have kicked a bit straighter.
Did you put like any pressure on yourself because you've been kicking goals in WAFL League and you're versing 18-year-olds? Obviously, like they're some of them are going to get drafted and that. So like when I say 18, they're good players. But like any pressure on yourself to be like, I really need to dominate? Or
I didn't personally put too much pressure on myself. I think outside like the footy club, everyone's going, oh, you're versing the 18s, you should be kicking 10, 12. Yeah. But I don't know. That's not really that's not how I felt. I thought they're very good opposition. Like they're in the state team for a reason. They're not like just a pushover. So I thought just go in, play the same. And we had some pretty good forwards as well, like alongside me, that I thought it was probably just going to be a mixed bag. And I think it probably should have been. I think everyone kicked a few points on the day, but I thought our forward line was good enough to probably kick 3 each, and I thought I did my job pretty well, but I probably would have liked to kick a few more.
Even spread though, even spread, you take the win.
Yeah, definitely.
What about the Guernseys you had? Were they like old WA Guernseys that they just had? Like
no, I think they were from like 2015. Like I
was going to say, I reckon I've seen photos of those particular jerseys with the likes of.
They did not stretch whatsoever. Like I remember training on Thursday, putting it on, And then trying to get it off it was like the collar was just choking me. I don't know what was wrong with those jerseys, man.
So yeah, they looked a bit like, I was just thinking, like Devin Robinson's draft year about them, but I reckon it was before that.
Yeah, probably before.
They weren't like they were like the current ones are like more bright yellow, if that makes sense. I feel like these ones are
a bit more like whitey.
In our forward huddle, we had I think there was 3 different jerseys, like 3 different types of jerseys, and we just like pointed it out. One of them had like a red beak on the swan. I was just like, this is...
Yeah, that is retro.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And we really didn't get the good straw, but that's all right. Yeah. It's all good.
So you had to wear them at train, like, because you had the one training as well. Like, obviously, like, it makes sense for the commission not to, like, buy all these jerseys.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, if they're going to do it every year...
I suppose, but are they going to do it every year?
They should, definitely. I think, on Thursday, Trent was saying, after training, he was like, we didn't really do the most high-intensity things, and he was like... if you can wash it if you want, but like we're playing in the same jersey on Saturday, so take it home. And I was like, it's not really the best jersey. You don't need to wash it. So,
so Trent Cooper was the coach.
Yeah.
Good leadership.
Really good man. He actually played with my dad, so he let me know. I went home and told Dad, and he was like pretty chuffed that he knew who he was, but. Not like anyone does anyway. But Trent was really good. I had a bit of a chat with him, but obviously only 2 days with him. Like, you didn't really get to do much, but no, it was good fun.
Yep. Well, that's a nice little segue into your dad, because he's a bit of a local legend in Mandurah. Once kicking 238 goals in a season in South Mandurah, and also spending time on North Melbourne's list. What's his influence been like on you?
Well, he was never really a coach for me, like a main coach or anything, but I definitely took a lot from him. I think we play a lot of a similar brand of footy, and like he was obviously a cult hero down at South Mandurah, but he's never put that pressure on me to be just like him. You know, like I think he lives a bit of his footy career through me now, and like just loves watching me play. And yeah, I give a lot of credit because I never really got to watch him. Like I was too young. Yeah. I think I watched him when he was in his last year or something, and I think he got like 6 goals in his like retirement game, and everyone was wondering, why are you retiring? But he was a superstar, man. And I love it when his name comes up every time that I do something. You know, it's kind of a privilege for me. You know, like not everyone has a superstar dad. That he probably could have played a lot of AFL footy, but unlucky with injury and stuff. But yeah, I love it, man. I love having such an idol. As a father figure, and I think that he probably could have been like a little bit more like involved, but I think he wanted to like watch me be my own man and be my own footballer and make my name for myself. So, and yeah, he's really enjoying watching at the moment.
Because some guys, like the son of a gun tag, can annoy them because it's like they want to make a name for themselves, and they always get referred back to like that person's. Son.
I think it probably could be annoying, but I don't see it that way. I think it's like I said, it's a privilege to just be acknowledged in the same field as him, because he was a legend, man. Like, I think he has a sign down at my local club for 1,800 goals in 200 games. Like that's ridiculous. Like, the numbers they don't lie, man. Like, he was one of the best footballers probably going around WA. And yeah, the fact that my name and his name are in the same conversation is amazing to me. Not just because he's my dad, but like just because he was such an amazing goal kicker, and yeah, I'm trying to do the same thing. So
yeah, on your way for sure.
That's a bit of Brian Taylor-esque, is it not? I mean, he kicked a big bag down in Mandurah, did he not, before his AFL career?
I think he might have.
I reckon I've heard it somewhere.
Never personally watched him, so
neither. But I'm pretty sure I've heard a story where he's kicked about 100 or so goals in a season as well down there.
I'll tell you, Dad's best goals in a game was 27. That's in one
27
game.
27 goals.
Surely if you're the
that's like that. That's like that game over East a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
where it was like 500-0, just about.
Disgusting. That's terrible.
Unbelievable. Well, I guess talk about this quick rise that you've had. 2021, you were playing club footy down there in Mandurah, I assume. Then the year later, you've won a Colts flag at Peel and played state 18s for WA. Like, how do you look back at that and how quick it all was?
Oh, it was very quick. We won the premiership down at South Mandurah in the league side, and a couple of the boys play with me now. But like I had Berkey at the time, like pushing me to come to Peel. I didn't really want to because I was a cricketer. I always was a cricketer, and I never really wanted to go any further with footy. but lucky I did, obviously. And I came to the first preseason, probably wasn't in the best form of all time, but during the start of the season, like I wasn't even playing that good of footy. Like I think I was going like 2 goals, 0 goals, 2 goals, 0 goals, and it was like I probably expected more for myself. But then I got a call from I think it was Jonesy saying, "Oh, do you want to you're invited to the stateside?" And I was like, "Oh, sweet, I'll come down." Like there was like a week out of like the jumper presentations, and they played in 2 weeks. I was like not expecting too much, and then I went down there, and obviously Drapes got injured, but he was a forward back then, like Josh Draper. And there was a couple other forwards that were injured, and I was like, oh well, like maybe I'm a chance or whatever. And we went over to Vic Metro, and I was in the team, and I was like, wow, all right. I didn't expect anything because I didn't think I was playing that good of footy, and then went to Vic Metro and didn't do anything. So, but that happens, Like I think I was a bit starstruck by just going over on a plane.
Like that's a big side as well to play. Like Vic Metro,
definitely
class is the number one.
Will Ashcroft, like Jefferson, Cadman. That's some extremely good names, man. I was just like, I'm a club footy player at this time. I didn't really know what to expect. So it was such a good experience for me that it's made me definitely a better player. Being able to go over on a plane and play the next day and then fly back over. Like it sort of set me up for like I know I can play under any conditions. So it's good.
Well, don't sell yourself short too much because against the Allies, you kicked 4, which controversially could have been 5. What happened there?
Not controversially. That actually still comes up in the fine sessions. It came up in the first fine session this year. I was like, that was 3 years ago. The baseline posted that thing. But no, I definitely missed my foot and celebrated. I did not even get close, I don't think. And you know what? At the end of the day, they went end to end after that and kicked the goal to win the game. So it was a very sad plane ride home. I wasn't happy with myself. But yeah, no, and you know what the worst part is? I had a really good game that game. Like I did some good things, and Baseline posted that, and I was like, all right, I'm not tuning into Baseline anymore.
Yeah, there's the unfollow.
Yeah, that was sad, but that's all right.
We've sort of touched this already in just a previous couple of moments ago, but I guess some notable names in that squad that are now in the AFL that you played with and I guess played against, and obviously you talked on how it was travelling over to Vic to play, but any roommates, any interesting stories from that?
Well, because I was new, I didn't really know anyone.
Yep.
I sort of was just following around the Peel boys, and we had Jackson Broadbent, and Mitch Edwards, so the 2 biggest blokes going around the club, and I was rooming with them most of the time. And yeah, it was. There's not really many weird stories because it was only like a day there. But I can tell you right now, rooming with Mitch and Broad is probably not what I wanted to do. I love the blokes to death, but they were. I think Broady like talked in his sleep, but he was like very superstitious. He had to have his 8 hours before he played, and Mitch just doesn't stop talking. So, but no, they're great blokes, and I did enjoy the lead up to trying to fall asleep, but other than that, it was terrible. I don't think I got my 8 hours anyway. But
well, you mentioned that you felt like you were somewhat of a no-name around those guys. Like, what was the integration with the other guys like? I'm not saying they were like, who's this guy, but
I feel like they would have been, man.
Yeah,
I came from nowhere. That's the thing. Like I wouldn't have expected them to know who I was. Like I wasn't playing that good of footy, and I was in the stateside. So we had a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday sessions leading up to it, and they'd already done a whole camp. They'd done everything. They'd been together for so long, and I was just walked in. And I was like, they're not expecting a new person. They probably thought I was like a physio or something. I was like, and then I sort of tried to mingle my way through the group, and you obviously had the big names that were probably going to get drafted, but they were really good to me. They for 18-year-olds or younger, they were really mature about it. They took me not under their wing, but they took me in, made me feel welcome, and I ended up playing all 4 games. So the connection between us was so much stronger towards the end. And I've still got mates that I'll play against in the WAFL now that look back on it. We didn't win many games, but it was really good to sort of make some lifelong friends from that. And you always got a conversation piece, so it's always good.
How would you say you're a better player then to now?
Oh, much better. Bit fitter, bit bigger. I think just a little bit smarter too. Like, there's a lot of things I could probably watch those games back and I go, oh, should have done this, should have done that. But it's all learning experience. I think now that I know what I did wrong and what I would do now, like I can put that into like the next game that I've got and so on and so forth. And yeah, if something like that does come up again, I know what to do now. So.
Yep. Well, league debut came last year, kicked a goal, but reflecting on the year as a whole, you were leading goal kicker in the reserves. Did you ever think sort of Peel is the best place to stay with the Freo players potentially, like in the way? And how's that relationship between the Freo and non-Freo players?
Yeah, well, obviously it is hard if you're stuck in the resis, not playing because the Freo have availability and stuff. But I love it, man. Like I won't say that I had the most enjoyment last year just playing resis. But this year, man, I've had opportunity when Taberner's played, when Vossi's played. And yeah, I credit Reedy and Sammy Skinner that have given me an opportunity, and I think I'm paying back the favour, which is nice. But yeah, obviously last year was pretty hard, not playing all the time. Like, played one game and then got dropped the next week and then just didn't get back in. And it wasn't solely because of Freo. Like, we had players at Peel that were better than me at that time. But this year, man, I just want to play every game. Like, that's just how it is. And I think Freo make it a lot easier. Like, you'd think, like, looking on the outside, you'd think, it'd be so hard. You got two teams like playing in the same team, really. But I think there's a lot of maturity about the Freo boys, how they go about it when they come down and play for Peel, and it's kind of like one connected group. And like, yeah, obviously from the inside, I can say that I love it. I love when they come down. They're talented AFL players, and they come and play for us. So, like, the connection is, it's something else. It's really good.
I think the big thing there, from looking at it from the outside, that year in COVID where there was no AFL list players playing WAFL footy, Peel obviously didn't have the Freo players and didn't end up having a reserve side that year because they didn't have enough numbers. And I guess you take the Freo players for granted because they're playing every week, filling those spots, because I guess Peel isn't the biggest state league footy club because of the numbers down there, and Freo make that up and make Peel Thunder, the league side, a very competitive side, as
definitely
shows last year playing in a grand final.
Yeah, I think without them we'd be pretty average. We've got definitely a lot of talent down at Peel, like, by ourselves. But I think we do need them. And like, I can speak for every Peel player that plays in the league side right now that, like, we love when Freo come down and play, and we get to train with them. We get lots of experience out of it. Like, I've met people that I probably wouldn't have met without Peel. So I think we need Freo as much as they need us as a reserve side. And it makes for a really good side, because obviously you got so much talent in one team. Yeah. I think the hardest part is being connected as one team. But yeah, like I said, that doesn't happen without the Freo boys. They make it so much easier for us. Like, obviously we're probably a little starstruck when Fife played a couple of years ago. I didn't play that game, but like, Fife played a couple of years ago. We got Will Brody, who's played with us every game this year. Man, he could be playing.
Still don't know who's in the side.
I know, but like, and like Liam Reedy, man, he's having 50 hit outs a game. Like, there's players in there that are so good, and we get to have them at Peel. So I think we're blessed to have that sort of opportunity to play alongside people like that. But it's all on them. Like, if they come down with a bad attitude, then the team doesn't obviously go as well. So props to them.
I remember Tom Emmett said to us that, like, the Freo players coming back down to Peel buy into Peel. It's not like they're just there to prove themselves for AFL selection. They're still wanting to win.
Well, you don't want to play a game of footy and lose.
So. Well, the energy's crazy, man. Yeah. Like, I think the best example is actually Reedy, man. Like, Liam Reedy. He loves it. When he comes down, he is the most animated player. Like, and he and Hugh Davies, he always yells that he bleeds these colours, even though he comes from Claremont. I feel like it's a bit of mixed like, I don't know what the word is, love for the game and the team that he's playing for, but like, they make it what it is, actually. So without them, we'd be pretty screwed, I think.
Did you play 18s with Hugh?
Yeah, Hugh. Yeah, he was a major part of my 18s career. He was alongside like people like Jed Adams and Jed Buslinger
Yeah.
that also got drafted. But yeah, he was a standout as well, I thought. And this year, man, he's been ridiculously good. Like, with the back line that we have, like with Blighty, and I think he's one of the standouts. I think he probably needed that this year. I think I don't know if he was lacking in confidence last year, but this year he's been out of his mind. So, he's been really good to play alongside.
Well, this is the perfect next question. I guess you've just talked about all those Freo guys and whatnot, but who are some of the guys that you enjoy working with in that forward line? It can be just Peel guys as well, but any Freo guys as well that you just love working with in that forward line?
I think JL said it when Vossi got his debut, but Vossi's been mega this year, man. Like his celebrations, when even if it's not him kicking a goal, man. Like he goes absolutely nuts when someone kicks a goal. I think I broke a finger from one of his celebrations. So, and obviously he's not on the list anymore. But Nathan Wilson, the experience he brings to that forward line. He's never even been a forward, so for him to come in and just like really blow the game away most of the times, like, and just his leadership and stuff. And I love working with Blair Bell. Like, he's the mayor of Mandurah for a reason. He doesn't get that nickname for nothing. So he's been major. Just the like, he brings everyone together. Like that, those sort of boys, they sort of gel into the team. Like Blair wasn't even going to play, and then he comes in, and just you can see the energy lift when he does.
Yep.
And yeah, it's great. Like he actually got tagged the other week, and like obviously his impact wasn't great, but he was elite. So just good blokes to have. Like they're the older fellas. I could name 100 other players at Peel Thunder, but they're the major ones that have an influence, like especially experience wise.
Yeah. Was it hard to watch the grand final last year at Optus and not play?
Yes, I won't lie. It was tough, but I knew that we probably put the best 24 out there. And like obviously, I probably personally thought I would have picked me, but that's not my decision to make. And they made the right decision. They just didn't execute on the day. That's just how it is. I did hear Conrad's one where he was saying the same thing. Like, it was more. That was my first year of senior footy. Like, I didn't even expect that much, and I didn't play. Like, I literally played one game, so I couldn't expect anything. I was just happy to be emergency. I got to go out in the ground in the slacks, so it's not a bad life. But yeah, definitely wish I could have played. But that's moving forward this year. Hopefully, get us to the same spot and do a little bit better.
Well, multiple goals in all games in the league this year, so doubt you'll be losing your spot anytime soon. Clunking everything, really. Similar to Jake Wardham at the moment. I reckon there's a bit of a comparison to WAFL to AFL. What have you put the consistency down to? Is it the body? Is it the continuity, maturity, like a combination?
Yeah, I think just making everything in life consistent. So, like, you sort of... I put it this year, like, talking to the coaches and stuff, that I wanted to be more consistent. Like, that was the problem. Like, I think in the Rezzies last year, I'd have a game where I kick 5, have a big day, and then the next week I'd kick 0. Like, it's just I couldn't. That's not sustainable. I didn't want to do that anymore. I think just sticking to my role in the team has helped a lot. Like, our forward group at Peel is really well gelled into what we need to do, and every week I just try and put out the same performance, the same output, and I feel like I could have a little bit more impact, which it's crazy to say, but I feel like I've probably I've kicked a few more points than I'd like. I've kicked one out in the full a couple weekends ago that probably shouldn't have gone out in the full. But multiple goals in every game is something that I wanted before the start of the year. So I'm just glad that I'm doing that. And as a forward, you kind of got to thank your mids and your backs for being so good as well, because without them, I don't get the footy. So. But yeah, we got a premiership midfield, really, if you look at it. Like, the midfield we've got is ridiculous. And then some of the forwards around me too, they kind of feed me a little bit, so I don't mind it. But yeah, no, it's been a really good start to the season. Hopefully just keep it going.
Yep, reset after the state game bye last week. But back to that WAFL 21s game last week, obviously to be in that side, there has to be a bit of interest from AFL clubs as far as we know. But technically, you've already played an AFL game with that pre-season game against Adelaide that you pulled the Freo jumper on for. But I guess, has there been any discussion around the mid-season draft?
No, I personally don't know anything. I wish I did, but I'm just, it's sort of luck at the end of the day. Like I'd love to obviously be drafted, and I'd love to have interest from other teams, but if I'm not what they're looking for, they're not going to pick me up. So I sort of just every week you just got to put your best foot forward, showcase your skills. You know, like what better way to do it than play league footy at WAFL? It's sort of like that, where you just pretty much you're playing for a team, but individually you do want to impress. And I think in the state game probably could have done a little bit more, but I probably could have done a little bit less too. You know, like at the end of the day, you just sort of take what you get and then move on. But yeah, no, I'm happy with how I'm going at the moment, and if they're looking at me, they're looking at me. I don't really know.
Yeah, well, you mentioned off air that it's funny seeing your sort of name in sort of media circles, and you know clubs like Sydney got to pick up Corey, like all this sort of thing.
Yeah, I got my little super fans on Facebook. They love me. I can't remember his name, but there was a post about I think it was Trey Rusco getting his WAFL state debut, whatever, and then some guy in the comments goes, you better pick up that Corey Tregenza from Peel Thunder if he's not already a docker before Sydney get him. And I was like, well, I wish Sydney would tell me before they tell this guy, you know, like. But no, it was it's really nice to see my name floating around, and obviously like articles and stuff and commentators say it. You know, it's a bit surreal because like you said, I did play club footy like literally 2-3 years ago. And that never would have happened. So unless I kicked 1,800 goals like Dad did, but no, I'm so happy with just the publicity I'm getting at the moment. But like you said, I can't get too ahead of myself.
Yeah.
I just need to keep going.
And that pre-season game against Adelaide, how was that?
Well,
what jumper did you pull on? Freo?
Yeah, Freo. I was Freo. Yeah,
'Cause I'm pretty sure there was Peel guys that had the Adelaide jersey as well that day.
A couple of the locals put on an Adelaide jersey, and I think one of them kept the shorts. We'll keep that quiet. But it was quite funny that game because obviously as a genuine forward, Tendai Mzungu came up to me before the game and he goes, "You're going to play half back." And I was like, "Oh, sweet as." Like I'd never done that before in my life, but I'll try it out, whatever. I thought it would just be for a quarter. Anyway, played all my 3 quarters in the back line on Riley Fieldthorpe. I was like, he kicked a goal on me. He made
just
me.
one?
Yeah, just the
That's
one.
impressive.
It is. I think there was a few handovers, and I might have just left him off to someone else, but. No, it was a good experience. It was nice to know that I can do other things than just play forward. So if the time comes, I need to be a backman one day. You know, at least I know I've got it in me. But no, it was so funny. I was just like, what the hell am I doing? I'm playing on Riley Fieldthorpe in the back line, like. And I think he isolated me in the goal square for that goal. And I think I tried to take the mark and he just plucked it over my head. So I was like, yep, all good.
You might have impressed Adelaide recruiters.
Yeah, maybe. You know, like I didn't even lock him down. I actually got a few kicks myself and then kicked a goal. So I ran down the forward line because I was like, that's all I know. So I thought I might as well go kick a goal. And I did. And, you know, pulling the Freo jersey on was pretty surreal, like looking in the mirror before the game. Just going, what the hell am I doing? But no, it was, so good. That was such a good experience.
Was Tex playing?
I don't know. He probably played in the first 3 quarters where all the AFL players play. We were just the fill-ins. We were just like in the back half of the game where everyone turned KO off and just said, no, we won't watch anymore. And it was quite nice.
Well, at least you know you can be a swingman now.
Yeah, exactly.
Go down back.
Utility, play ruck as well.
Exactly.
That's how it is.
Well, outside of preparing for South Fremantle tomorrow, which is probably match of the round, what's been happening off-field, life, work, schedule?
Yeah, schedule. So I go to uni at Murdoch, and it's about exam time, so that's always on your mind. Got like about 16 assessments to do, you know, like that sort of happens. And yeah, I work like 2 casual jobs, so just trying to find time for everything. Like organising the schedule is it's a tough one, but doing that at the moment, and then just trying to get better on the train shark in the gym, doing the extras, you know, just trying to make it easier to play South Freo on the weekend. But yeah, it's going to be such a good game. I can't wait to be involved. So
what are you studying?
Teaching. So sport teaching. Obviously, I feel like
secondary or
secondary. Which I don't know which one's better or worse. There's no.
Well, isn't it if you do secondary, you can do primary as well?
There's like a.
Or is it the other way
There's
around?
like a thing where you can do K to 10, but I'm looking to teach ATAR. So like I want to. I personally just based it on my experience at school. Like I did ATAR PE studies, and that's kind of what I want to teach. So it's
perfect.
It's a nice life. I think just setting up sports equipment. It's pretty much being like a coach, but you get paid for it. So
And you do it 6 times a day.
that's what I'm saying. And it's nice hours. Like it's a good life if you get through to the end, you know. But obviously
Plus the holidays.
yeah, that's
4
exactly
times a
right.
year.
Yeah, it's like you go to school. Everyone goes, "Oh, school was the easiest thing I've ever done in my life." Like that's pretty much what I'm trying to do for the rest of my life. Just live school hours, but just boss kids around for a little bit. It's not a bad life.
I think it's fair to say everyone took school for granted during when we were in school. We all used to hate it, and then you get first, second year out of school, you're like, "Geez, school was actually so easy."
It wasn't that bad, you know. Like I always think that. I'm like, I go to uni now. It's like they don't tell you what to do. They just let you go on your own, and it's just like, oh, I miss when a teacher would just be on my back about something, you know. And it was really easy. Like I work as an EA at schools, and I go around and I see what they have to do, and I'm like, I remember when I had to do that. It's the easiest life. Like there's no real responsibilities when you're at school, and then now, you're in real life. It's just like, but I'm just trying to live my life back at school. So,
Back to the future.
Exactly.
All right, well, we'll move on to the Instagram Q&As, of course, at Bray Ethan on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. First one from Joel_Rush. Been a while since we've got a question from Joel, I think. But he says, "Hi, Corey. Do you play with your socks up or down?"
Down. I should play with them up though. I'm a key forward. I should really roll them up, but nah, I'm down at the moment. I wish I could roll. I wish I could pull it off. There's a few players that can pull it off, like a Dangerfield or a Sanders last night, but I just can't do it.
I think socks up, jersey tucked in. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
If you can pull it off, it's all right.
I roll that once a month at training. It's just like once a month you just go back to your old head ways and you're just like, I could roll this, and then in the game it's just like, nah, back to what we know.
Corey IE._1. What's your golf handicap?
Oh, my golf handicap is sitting at 14, GA 14.5. I'm not the best golfer. I wish I was. You know, like I go down there all the time and practice, and then go out and shoot 100 nearly sometimes, and then I could shoot like an 80. I'm like, oh, well, sweet, I'm a good golfer again. So, nah, but I play with a couple mates, and I never lose to them, so that's all that matters.
Yeah. I wish I knew that feeling. When one of your mates has got a handicap of 6 or 7.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
You're never beating him.
I wouldn't play with him. I actually wouldn't play with him.
Oh, he was telling me yesterday that one of our mates used a driver off the tee, and he used a 5-wood, and he was 5 metres ahead of him. And I was like, well, if that's the case, I'm never playing with you again.
Nah, when I play down at Mandurah, that's where I work as well, but I play down there in the comps, and I play with one round. I played with a guy that's scratch, a chick that's a pro, so she was +2, and then a dude that was +6. And I outdrove him once, so I'll take that and run.
That's a win.
That's all I did. I think, they smashed me off the stick, but that's all right. Doesn't matter.
Will.Taylor, are you going to kick a bag of 10 on the weekend?
Oh, I wish, mate.
Cool.
That's one of my schoolmates, Will. He's a big Freo fan, so he's always watching me and Peel. So, I don't know. If the game gives me 10, I will kick 10.
Foz Lenka.
Oh, yeah.
What gets you through the day from Murdoch IGA?
This is one of my uni mates. He me and him get a brekkie wrap every time we're at uni.
Is it a good growth for IGA there?
It's not a great IGA.
Oh, is that the one at the uni? Or
the one at the uni. Yeah. So it's not the best IGA in the world, but it suits for when we're there. I do roll a bit of sushi every now and then too. Like we got a new building and they put a new sushi block in there, but yeah, me and Big Foz, we usually roll around with a brekkie wrap all the time. Maybe a coffee if we need to get the brain working, but yeah, no, it's good.
The good growth will always help you out.
Yeah.
Good joint. Foz again.
Oh, shit.
How much has Foz had to do with your development?
Well, we played Peel Cavs back in the day, so I think he was another forward as well. I think we combined for 4 goals in 4 games, so we didn't really do much together. But no, I love watching him play. He plays a lot like my dad. Actually, he doesn't lead the goal square when I watched him at the. He played at Mundajong. I don't know if you guys know where that is, but yeah, the Jong. Yeah, he was in the grand final last year when I watched it. He didn't lead the goal square, but he got a couple votes from the umpires, so he loved it. I loved it. It's all that matters. But for development wise, I think not much.
Monday are in the Peel League, aren't they?
Yeah, Peel League. Yeah, I'll always reference the Peel League. I don't really know many other ones, so.
Bit of moral support for Foslenka. Tom X Ward, how good was winning the flag in 2022? Specifically, let's say specifically celebration-wise.
Yeah,
celebration-wise, off field. That was, Taj Weiber was the big party starter there. He was one
Best
of the,
off?
Yeah, best off. He was. I think I fell asleep in the pool shed, and that's where my night ended. It was very early too.
At someone's house?
Yeah. Well, on the bus back, obviously, because we were coming back from Leederville. And we got stitched up, not playing it Optus, by the way. But we were coming back from Leederville on the bus and stopped by the place that you get beer from. And we had, I think, some players that didn't even play for us. They played in the twos, and they were on our bus. They were partying with us. And we went back to the club, had a really good, not sit down, but we were just talking to all the older members. And then, went back to Taj's, and it was all over for me after that. So I'm not really sure how it went.
I feel like in a lot of premierships, the twos or the blokes who don't play actually celebrate harder than the
They
blokes.
do.
Oh, yeah.
They do.
Well, they're on it during the game.
Yeah.
So they've got a head start.
But they don't really have a right to celebrate more.
Oh, they do, definitely.
Yeah, it's a squad mentality.
Even though
I know.
At WAFL, the Colts are isolated, and then you got the Resis in league. So it was kind of weird to see them all get around us like that. But it was good fun. We knew everyone, so it wasn't that bad. But we had some absolute party animals from the twos just come up and ride the bus with us, and really get on it. And they kind of started the party, if without them, might have been a bit dead.
Well, it would have been a fun bus ride back.
It was, mate. And we had a big rivalry with West Perth too, so it felt a lot better. They were the best team probably in the comp at that time. I think it was 2-2 before that. They beat us in the final before. And definitely a lot of excitement. They nearly came back too. Lucky the siren went, because I think they might have won it if it was 2 minutes longer.
And that was the first. That was the first Colts grand final that they stopped the clock after goals as well.
We had time on. Yeah, that was. It was hectic. I was like,
So you guys actually didn't know when the siren was going to go, because it went past 25, and you're like,
I think it was
the
the 30-minute quarter, because they kicked 6 in the last. They kicked 6, and we kicked 2. So it's 8 goals. There's a bit of time off, and we were just praying the siren would go, because they were dominating us in the last. So, it was a bit of a surreal moment. And then, just after the after party was obviously good. We went for a couple of days, and stuff like that. But it's always a good conversation piece. Talking about the grand final, and I was at the state 21s. I was talking to a couple of West Perth boys that played in the other team. We were talking about it, but it's all fun.
Yeah, and I reckon that was the first and last game of the time on as well after goals. I don't think they did it last year, because people cracked the shits about it.
Yeah, too long.
Jaden _1204, backyard cricket on Oz Day ?
Yes, definitely. I think
Is this last year or
every
just
year.
gone or every year?
Yeah,
Okay.
like I said, I'm a big cricket fan. I love cricket, so I love dominating. I think that's one of my mates, Jaden. He usually comes over for Australia Day. Parents are friends, so I usually just give him a bit of a bath in the backyard, ton up, and then go in for lunch. It's good. It's good fun.
Not a bad way to start your year.
Really? It's a really good day. It's Mum's birthday on Australia Day too, so
lovely.
it's a big party, that one.
Yeah.
Chomp321, who regularly sends this question in a lot. Who's your barber, bro?
My barber, actually one of my schoolmates. So his name's Kian. I'll make sure he listens to this podcast.
Is he a home barber, or is he actually working in a barber shop?
Yes. No, he works in a barber shop. He's from Mandurah. I go down there for once every 2-3 weeks. Go see him. He does me nicely. So, good mate too. So it makes it easy. I think he might slip me a little bit cheaper under the table, but it's all right. It doesn't matter.
It's who you know.
Yeah, it is.
You know.
Exactly right.
Exactly.
That's exactly right.
Last one here from Tegan _Tregenza6.
Sister, yep.
Yep. How does it feel continuing on in your father's footsteps?
Oh, jeez. She's closer than
stitch
I am,
up.
I reckon. She's 15. Yeah, I think she is. Yeah, she's a jet at footy too. So we got I think it's just a footy family really. But thanks Tegan for that. Appreciate it. She'll be the same when she gets to WAFL level, I'd say. So she'll understand.
Bailey Frenchina, last one. It's come through late. What is your favourite year of footy?
My favourite year of footy, I'll just give it to him because this is one of my schoolmates as well. Year 10, played for Halshead, played for Halshead Footy Club, and we won a premiership by 97 points against Seagra Harbour, and we went nuts that day too. So I'll give him that one because we weren't undefeated. We lost one of the finals. Like we were undefeated the whole year, lost one of the finals by 5 points, and then we were down by 13 points at quarter time, won the grand final by 97. So good times.
How many teams have you played for down there?
So South Mandurah was my home club. So
Yeah.
obviously Dad played there, and Mum was president for like 15 years. So but their junior club, I played for them till year 10. They played at Halshead, and at the same time I was playing at Halshead Colts. No, Halshead year 10. I was playing South Mandurah Colts.
Right.
So I was playing for two different teams at the same time. It was hectic. I was going to one train to another, different ovals, something else. But then South Mandurah for my whole seniors, and then just Peel.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll move on to the quiz now. Looking at the top of the table, Adam DeMassi with a possible 12 out of a possible 14. And I don't know. Oh, we've had Josh Edwards on. He's technically Peel. He's got 9.5. And I think that's probably all the Peel
Clay
guys we've
Clay
got.
Hall
on.
there?
Oh, he beat last year, I think.
Oh yeah,
11.
He got 11, I think. Yeah.
he's pretty smart. So
Bit of best
of a
mates
nuffy.
with, well, last year at least, was best mates with Riley Hardman and an absolute another footy nerd. So,
two footy nerds there.
yeah. And
definitely.
we luckily got them on in the same episode, and it was a nerd off in the versus
that's-
quiz.
They didn't know each other's birthday though. That's
Didn't know each other. It was a little best friends quiz.
Yeah,
much, yeah.
basically.
They would have loved it.
Question number 1, as always, what is your height and weight on the WAFL website?
I think they gave me an extra centimetre. So I think I'm 196 and then 94 kilos, which is a bit stiff. I think I'm like 93, but 94.
Yeah, correct.
1 from 1. According to Play Cricket, what is your highest ever cricket score?
Oh, whack. Is this in... yeah, I think it'd be
You have two
seniors.
profiles, by the way,
Yeah.
in Play Cricket. You have no
Yeah.
hyphen and hyphen.
Yeah, that's good. Maybe, are we going non-hyphen or hyphen?
I don't know, but it's just higher out of either.
I think my highest ever score for league would have been about 50. I'll go 56. That's probably wrong.
75.
75.
You also
wow.
had a 65 in there as well.
I am a good cricketer. I told you. I told you I'm a good cricketer.
In the summer just
Hang on,
gone.
Bray, hang on. Knock on the door.
No, just keep going. I'll cut it out. Do we not have a book till 11?
No, we do. It's jar.
Ah. I'll wait for you.
Yeah, I'm ready.
In the summer just gone, what was your highest points in a game of Tuesday night basketball
Oh,
in the
wow.
Mandurah Association?
I had a big night one night, I reckon.
I had a big night too,
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, or last year, or the year before.
I think it was... I'll go 22.
26.
26, man.
Yeah.
I told you, I'm a multi-sport athlete.
And look at your... You played 12 games, 167 total points.
Yes.
Average?
Would have been about 20, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I
that's
think it
not
was
bad.
like 20.
Yeah. I'll just chuck up threes and hope they go in, really. But that's all right.
Yeah, when you drain the first three, the confidence goes through
It
the
does.
roof.
It does. You start shooting them from the logo. It's like, yep, sweet.
Question number 4, Ethan. We're still 1 from 3.
Yeah.
We're going to get on the board here.
So we mentioned you've kicked multiple goals in all games this year. How many goals is this in total in the league?
Hold on. How many rounds has it been? It's about, I'd say, 15? 15? Is it 15 or 13? Oh, no. Hold on. I'll give you a definitive answer.
You're on the right track.
Yeah. It's either
One of those is correct.
it's either one of them. I can't even remember first. 2. Yeah, I'm gonna go 15. No, 13. I'll roll 13.
Correct.
Yeah, 13.
Luckily, you
Correct.
saved
Thank God,
yourself there.
Thank God. Yeah, I had another round. I'll kick 2 against South Frere. It just hasn't come out yet.
Hopefully 10.
Yeah.
2 from 4. Question number 5. From your 6 league games this year, how many of those have you had 10 or more disposals in?
2. Wait, no. Okay. No, wait. From the league games this year,
Yeah.
10. I had 11 against West Coast, I think. Then 12 against Swans, I think. So, we'll go 3 then.
Correct.
Correct.
We're pretty lenient, but we'll count
I
it.
don't
'cause
know,
you
I
didn't say an
don't know.
answer. Nah, we'll give
I
you
don't
that.
know who the other
I
team
had
was.
no idea what I was looking at there because it says 3/6 games.
3 out of 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? That's good then.
But that-
Take that.
question number 6. We're at what? 3 from 5
Mhm.
on a roll here.
Name the only league team you haven't had a tackle against this year.
Oh, God. All of them? No, I'm joking. Did I have one against East Frere? Probably. I know I had one last week in the West Coast game. I don't know if I did. No, I did. I tackled Clay Hall. I remember that. Unless I didn't
Did you
count
give it to him?
Huh?
Did you give it to him?
No, I did. He ran off before I could give it to him, but I should have. I'll go with East Freo
Oh,
at the start. Nah, East Perth, isn't it?
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Can't pay that.
So we
Nah,
won't
don't pay it.
that.
Don't pay it. I don't deserve it.
3 from 6.
Yep.
Question number 7. You've received more free kicks in 2 of the 3 grades in your WAFL career. Out of Colts, Reserves and League, which is the grade you've given away more free kicks than you've received?
Given away. Tough question. I feel like in my Colts year, I was a little bit not level-headed. So I might have given, but I didn't play as many games. So I feel like in the 2s last year, probably reserves.
Incorrect.
Oh, Colts. Man,
Just
well,
only received 3 and gave away 6. How are you giving away 6 free kicks and only getting 3 as a forward?
yeah, it's terrible. Isn't it? It's
Usually the forwards get the free kicks.
it's a backman's game there.
3 from 7.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Need
not
to get a
looking good.
move on here.
Question number 8. Have you taken more marks in your Colts or Reserves career?
Oh, I feel like Colts because I had a few big ones, but yeah, I'll go Colts. Oh, don't tell me.
Reserves 70, Colts 69.
Oh, that's stiff. That is very, very stiff. That's all right. It's not going well. It's all right.
If the answers were the different other way around for those questions, we'd be on 5.
We
or
would
whatever
be.
It would be now.
We would be.
Still on 3. Question number 9. From 4 games, how many goals did you kick in the under 18 champs?
0 against Metro, 2 against Country, and then 4 Allies, one at Perth. So that's 7.
Correct.
Correct. Good. We needed that.
Four.
So we did need that.
Need that.
Okay, number 10. There's 5 points up for grabs here if you get it bang on.
And if you get this bang on, you go straight to 9, which isn't dead last.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay, so Peel are at the top of the league ladder by how much percent to the other team? So what's the differential between second place, which are East Perth?
Now, isn't it South Frere?
No, they're third.
Oh,
Well, they
they're
mean they're equal second, but on
Oh, yeah,
percentage.
percentage. Okay. Wouldn't be too much. Do I have to get it like bang on the
Well, you
percent?
get so 5 points if you do get it bang on, 4 points if you're within 3, 3 if you're within 5, 2 if you're within 10, and a point for anything outside. So bottom, we're finishing with 5 regardless, at
Okay.
least.
So East Perth are second, are they?
Yeah.
They smashed. No, they didn't smash the Eagles, did they? I'll go with around maybe like 8%.
Good effort.
Good effort.
12%.
Okay, that's
So you're within 5. So we'll give you 3 points.
that's not bad. That's not bad.
Takes
So
us to 8.
8.
No, it'd be 7.
7.
We're on
7
4.
points.
Yeah.
That's it.
So yeah,
7.
you
So
guys.
unfortunately, before you move on, unfortunately, that is outright last by half a point.
That is fair enough.
7.5 is the
Hey.
next best.
You brought up my cricket career, and I choked. I really did. I should have known better.
Yeah, well, 154% to 142%.
Oh,
East
okay.
Perth, so-
I didn't realize.
But like, is that
good.
tight of a competition?
Yeah, that's what I
everyone's
thought.
like-
Yeah, I didn't think we'd be that far ahead, but I think because West Perth would have a pretty good percentage, even though they haven't won as many games. They blew out the Eagles, but yeah. No,
Still,
good.
it's still more than 50%.
Hey,
It's a pass mark
Yeah,
in
exactly. I'll take
exam
that.
terms. So
good enough. I'll take that.
It is too. Well, of course, this episode is all thanks to Skinbro Hat Locker and Cheetah Clothing. Their links will be in the show notes below with the discount codes as well. If you're listening to Spotify app on Spotify or Apple, you can, of course, head over to YouTube as well and watch it if you got a TV parked up in front of you. And if you're jumping in the car, you can quickly chuck it over to Spotify or Apple. Subscribe, 5-star rating, like, much appreciated. Corey's going to do that right now.
Yep.
But Corey, thanks for coming on, and best luck against South Freo tomorrow at time of recording. And hopefully by the time this is out, you might be heading to an AFL club in the mid-season draft.
Hopefully. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.